Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, to SVP. I actually started it, but I messed up. I didn't turn Phantom power on, so the audio wasn't going. And I told myself, I was in the middle of saying I was gonna check what episode we were in before we started, so I can actually say it accurately. And even with that little grace period, the little window I had to actually check before I even, because I had to reset everything, I still didn't look it up. I believe we're in episode 108, though. SBP episode 108. Are we there? Where is it? Oh, come on. Let me find it real quick. Sham. Bam. Wait. See, I always have like a gut feeling as to what episode we're in, but yeah, episode 108. Welcome back. Happy to have you guys back. How's your morning going? New work week. Tough it out. Today's episode is going to be business day, so I'm going to talk about everything pertaining to like moving forward in career, life, that kind of thing, you know. Right now I'm in the music making business. So I want to talk a little bit about that and how things are going, what my observations are, my new findings. I am currently working on a track. It's called, actually I don't know what it's called yet. I don't know why I started out saying what it's called. But it's like a neo-synth kind of vibe. And I said I was going to have it done like 2 weeks ago, right? And there I was going again, spewing out lies, unrealistic stuff. I was just trying to like push myself, you know, like put it on record that I was going to get it done because I have a tendency of over editing stuff. I tweak things until they're perfect. And that's one thing I think that kind of butchered or has been butchering a lot of my songs. Well, the reason, okay, so this song, I think it sounds better than the other ones in terms of professionalism, in terms of quality. It sounds better than the other ones, but I think it's too cluttered, though. When you add too many elements to a track, the more elements there are, the more the frequencies get, like, bumped in particular areas, and if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't clean it up, or so I think, it gets all muddy and everything's all cluttered. It doesn't sound terrible, but it doesn't sound good, in my opinion. I want it to sound good. I want you to be able to differentiate between the instruments, the elements in the song. So that's what I've been focusing a lot of my time in. I finished recording the vocals. There's a couple parts that I want to redo the vocals. It's still dabbling about getting a female singer in it. At this point, I think I've worked on it enough to where I'm like, maybe I can do without, you know? But I think it'd be a good experience working with a different voice in the song. And I think it'd just be cool. But yeah, I'm currently like, the song structure is down. So I'm not messing with that, right? I'm not messing with the structure of it, like messing with the elements and what they're doing. It's just EQing. But that was always my problem, was the EQ. When I was working on Jaws, I messed with EQ for months. That's literally what took so long, was just the EQ. So I gotta step down, you know. I gotta just move on to the next project, because one thing that I've learned from at least making 2 songs now is, and then just observing this one right now, noticing that it is better, in my opinion, in terms of the production value, that as soon as you move on to the next project, I feel like you learn more, you know, like that's when you start, because like if you keep meddling with one, you're going to be stuck with that because you've listened to it so much. It's already ingrained in your head how it sounds. So I feel like you don't have the freedoms, I guess, to start experimenting with different things and not touching stuff, right? Because this one, I tried to not touch the elements with any kind of EQ that was gonna like really muddy it up or mess up the quality and the character of the sounds. I was like, I'm going to pick sounds that sound good right off the bat, right? Right off the bat, they sound good and they sound good together, and that's what I did. And then I was trying to clean it up, so minimal EQ usage, just to try to clean it up and try to make it sound a little cleaner and a little better. I think it sounds all right. I have this tendency too to make songs that is difficult for me to sing. So I need to work on that front of it as well, is to really tailor a song to me, because I get a vision, you know, in my head about how I want, or like a song that I'm thinking of that I want to actually make. And then in my head, I can think that I think I can sing it. But then when I start actually singing it, like laying down the vocals, I have problems, you know. And I think there's a couple elements in there that influence that that behavior. I think firstly, everybody who records music, you know, and sings their own stuff. Wow, I should have turned that off. I can just hit this button here. Sick. Anybody who records music and starts to sing, we all know the feeling of once we're recording. It's like the same with the podcast, right? Like I forget words and stuff, and my phraseology is just garbage. But once the record button's going, once you know that you're laying down a track, you just can't sing. Like, you just come like a couple notches down on your singing talent for some reason. That happens. So there's that. There's also just I don't actually, when I have these ideas in my head and I'm working on it, I don't actually try to sing it prior, like full on. I'll just falsetto it, right, just to get the idea and think I can actually do it for reals without falsetto. But no, it doesn't end up that way. And yeah, I think those are the two things. I never tried to sing it, so I didn't realize I could. And then as soon as record starts going, it's like a stage fright kind of thing, which I don't understand exactly like the psychology behind it. Because stage fright is you're in front of an audience, so you're afraid of messing up and looking dumb in front of all these people, so that's where that comes. But in this, it's just like, it's not stage fright, it's more of just like the pressure. I feel like it's added pressure because, you know, any little slip up of your voice is gonna mess up. I did figure out how to do comping finally, because I knew that they added it to Ableton Live 11, but I didn't know exactly how it worked, because when I first started out in Logic, it was very straightforward. As soon as you started recording another track on top of it, it would just like bump it down, and you can actually just see it right there. Super easy and simple. I still think Logic's method of comping is much simpler and user-friendly than Ableton, but I think it's just a experience thing. The more you use it, the more you get used to it. But I finally figured out how to actually pop up the window, because it's not obvious, because like you'll record a section, and then if you want to re-record over it while keeping that, like, it looks like if you had used Ableton prior, it just looks like you're overwriting what's already there, like destroying it. But in reality, it's actually putting it in a different track, but it's not showing you. You have to like actually click on the track and then hit show, what is it? Show take lanes is what it's called. I hope that didn't mess up the recording. I don't think it did. So that's what you have to do. So I figured it out. So I got a couple takes. So I think that has helped me a little bit on my singing, on my performance, because I know there's not as much pressure, because I just loop a section that I want to sing on, and I'll just keep singing. And then I will cut to the best parts of my performance on that certain section, and then call it good. But anyway, long story short, I don't make songs that are easy for me to perform. So there's a little, in this one in particular, is like the chorus section. The other ones are all right, and I still need to like deliver a little better. But anyway, for the most part, it's all good and done. I think I really just want to get the song out and work on the next one, because at this point, I kind of recognized the point of no return. You know, the point where I'm like, this is the best that it's gonna get, right? Like anything else would be adding elements and messing with EQs, and if I do that, I'm really just gonna, you know, mess up the song, possibly mess it up for myself. I'm gonna be super stressed about it because I'm not getting the sounds that I want, and then I can't really go back to the other versions, and then I'm gonna have another like 50 versions of this song. So I think I got a good mentality of just move on. So I'm gonna do my best on it, and then I'm gonna move on to the next track. A lot of actually all of the songs I've done, they've all been 4 on the floor on the beat, and very, very high energy. Or so I tried, right? You get the vibe when you listen to them. You're like, yeah, this is not a chill song. You know, it's definitely meant to be high energy. So this one's also one of those. Next song, I'm gonna try to be more smooth. You know, I'm trying to find a more like an R&B kind of vibe, which is more difficult in my opinion. I've tried my hand on it. Actually, the first song I was working on, Ableton, I might end up revisiting it because I think it was like a solid like little jingle, I guess. It was a more of a chill song, but dude, the freaking mix on that I didn't have any plugins, right? It was all stock stuff. Maybe had a couple samples I was working with, but it was definitely nothing that was really good, you know, useful, I guess. So I got more resources now. I'll revisit it. I got a lot of files, right? Got a lot of ideas on there, a lot of partial works in there. So I'll just revisit that and go back in. On a side note, real quick, I want to talk about a couple things that aren't exactly business or career oriented related. First, I had a heck of a time. I just got to get it out of the way because you know how my brain works. I had a heck of a time resetting up because I skipped a week, right? So Courtney took this light over here for some pictures she was doing for her business. And then these posters, I have these posters up here. Here, let me show you. I got these posters over here. I think I did bring them up when I first got them, but you know, there's just those Walmart posters. It's probably not really focusing, but they're cool and all, but I didn't get the actual good poster frame. There you go. I didn't get any good picture frames. It's like the cheap generic cardboard in the back with the little plastic things. They keep falling. The bottom little plastic thing keeps falling out, and then the whole sleeve kind of like slides down. It's been super annoying. I just haven't bought another one, but now it finally just like fell off. As I was setting all this up, it kind of came off, and then the back part where it holds on to the nail on the wall, like that came off. So I was like, F it. I don't want to deal with it. So I set it to the side, but I broke a sweat, let me tell you, because it gets hot in this room in the evenings, like later in the evenings, like right now it's 8:19. So it's pretty late. It's not, well, yeah, it's definitely bedtime for me if I want to actually wake up and function in the morning. But yeah, it was such a, I was like, damn, I'm really getting a workout right now, and I didn't want to be all sweaty. One cool thing too that we did today is I actually got, so the coffee I've been drinking, I should like have these sections be called something, right? Just freaking brain freeze Tuesdays. I don't even know what I'm saying. But anyway, this is, we'll get back to the business and that kind of stuff in a bit. But the coffee I'd been drinking was just like the K-Cup stuff, right? So nothing fancy at all. I never really liked it. It was okay. And mainly, I just felt like it was the healthier way to ingest caffeine, because energy drinks just have so much other crap in it, you know? So I opt to drink coffee because it's just like straight from the source kind of thing. I don't know the science. It's probably worse for you. I don't know. You know, I'm just like, it's simpler, right? You get a coffee bean, you grind it, and then you just pour some water down that sucker and then put it in a cup. So that's how I've been drinking my coffees, just K cups, nothing special. I've had Starbucks coffee as well, and I like just from actual Starbucks, not like their K cup brand or whatever. I really didn't like it either. Like I prefer the K cups that I've gotten over the Starbucks. I might have gotten like I got a blonde roast. I don't know what I thought that was like the most generic one, so I went with it. I thought it was pretty safe, but it's doo doo. Like I really don't like it. But anyway, I tried all that. I've never done actual buying the coffee beans and then grinding them and then making it myself, which I'm cheating still because we got the Keurig that has the actual pitcher thing, whatever it's called. It's called something. We went to Winco and they have all those coffee beans assorted. I was like, you know what? Let's give this a shot. I got the Italian beans, Italian blend, whatever. Pour that sucker in their grinder, grinded it for me. I want to actually do that myself, at least, buy the coffee beans and have a grinder at home and grind them up myself. But anyway, we got all that stuff done, brought it home. I made me a freaking pitcher, 8 cups of coffee. Didn't drink it all, drank 1 cup. And then we got like the actual syrups. I didn't realize that was a thing. So I got a couple of those and some little creamer cups. And that coffee, just right off the bat, like without any additives, I drank it straight. It was so much better than any other coffee I've had, honestly. Like that, and it's cheap, man. It's so much cheaper to do it that way too. But yeah, then I added some of the stuff. It was all right, but not like it didn't like elevate it much more than where it was at. Milo, man. He just chills on the door and likes to make some noise to sabotage the show. I gotta tax him on that. Anyway, so, dude, that was the way to go for me. That's the move. I do eventually want to be old school and be very stylish and classy and do it like the slow pouring myself to impress all my friends. Nah, I like doing stuff like that. I really do enjoy like doing things, finding the bet, like just narrowing it down, right? So like going from just everything done for you on anything to kind of coming back. Like I've been wanting to actually go fishing, to actually get the fish myself, and then gut them, and and in hunting and that kind of stuff I've been more interested in after, because I've been kind of like interested in cooking, and then I got interested in the ingredients, and like just that kind of stuff fascinates me. I kind of go from here all the way back to the source. I think I like that about myself, because I think it puts the seed in, so if anything were to happen, I have general knowledge as to like, I'm saying, chaos or whatever. Like I'm talking natural disaster. The Walmart's closed nationwide, and there's no meat, there's no chicken anymore, and prepackaged. I'm being dramatic, but anyway, that coffee was the best. I had that right before I started the pod. If you're having bad cups of Joe, maybe it was the syrups. I don't know, man. That coffee was, or maybe I was just getting bad K cups. I don't know like what I like, and I'm still, I guess, relatively new to coffee because I didn't drink forever, and then recently I started getting into it, and I haven't dabbled too much. But like I had like the Starbucks K cups and the donut shop K cups, and I just don't. Yeah, they just didn't do it for me. The donut shop ones was the closest one. That's the one I was doing, and I drink it like almost out of necessity for like just to go to work and stuff, to feel more alert and more focused. But anyway, and last plug real quick, shout out to the homies at Black Gun Co. It's basically it's a company. It's like a police officer run company. You should look them up on Instagram and Facebook, I believe. They have a website too. They got a lot of merch, a lot of stuff, shirts, sick designs. I was wearing, I got one of their shirts way back in the day, and I went to get me a Rockstar because I didn't have a coffee that day and I was working OT, so I was like, I need some fuel. And I got in my car and some officers approached me and I was like, oh shoot, like what are they gonna tell me, right? I wasn't sure. And then they were like, hey, sick shirt. And I was like, oh no way, like, yeah, cool. And thanks. What am I freaking saying? Jeez. I'm telling you, man, recording just messes with my brain. They were like, yo, sick shirt. I was like, thanks. They were like, where'd you get it? I was like, a long time ago at the fair. And he was like, yo, because I'm the freaking owner. So shout out to you guys at Black Gun Co. I'll make a post wearing the shirt on Instagram because I promised I would. I gotta, stick to what I say. But thanks. You guys are really friendly. Stay safe, by the way. It's a dangerous job, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's go back to talking some bees knees, huh? Beeswax, huh? Man, my jokes have really come downhill. I think I used to be way funnier back in the day, and then life just kicked me in the butt, and then I started to not. I think I just got really, I don't know, started thinking too much about my own jokes and be like, yo, that's lame. Why would I ever say that? But yeah, going back. Let's back it up. Back it up to the business. The business side of stuff. So that's where this track is going. You know what I do want to get is I want to get more producers on the show. I got to find some more producers to get on. I might hit up IB Shocker. I was going to say IB Shock, but it's either IB Shocker or Shock. So I should hit up Shock or Kevy. And because from what I understood, I don't really talk to them too much actually after we had our episode, but from what I understood was they're mainly the artists. They lay down they're the creative, the musical elements part of the lingo. Also, I saw an ad on just like a music production course, and they're using their picture, and I don't know if that was like an agreement or like what the heck what that was, but anyway, that was just a little thing I just remembered. But anyway, yeah, as far as I know, they're the artists. They sing, they write the stuff, and then they have a team of producers, at least 2 or 3 guys from what I understood. It was like maybe one producer, and then we got like another guy that did the sweetening sounds, like the fills and things like that. I don't know, not the fills as in drums, but like the sweeteners, like the random little flavorful sounds here and there. And then they got a guy doing the mixing and mastering, from what I understood. So I should hit him up and try to get those guys on the pod. I think that producers really don't get a lot of recognition in society, because like I know how much work how hard it freaking is to make a good song. I mean, here I am trying my best. So I just gotta be checking, making sure. Okay, we're still good on time. Are we? Yeah, we're still good. Okay, cool. I thought my timer stopped. Sorry, I had a little heart attack. I wasn't sure if the camera was like not recording that entire time. But yeah, I mean, I know how difficult it is, man. To making music is tough business. And a lot of producers don't get the credit, that they deserve. It's mainly the artists that are actually the voices in the tracks that get all the recognition. So shout out to all my producers out there, man. Like, dude, just gotta keep pushing, man. It's tough biz, but yeah, I want to get more producers on here to give some sort of spotlight for them, to shine through, promote their stuff, and also for educational purposes for myself. Geez, I could use all the help I can get. I really struggle finding videos and tutorials of people working on tracks start to finish. Like it's difficult, and there's all these courses and stuff that you can sign up for, but they cost a lot of money. You can find all the information you need online. It's just these courses, they narrow it down for you. They make it easier. You don't have to do all the searching. It's just all right here, right? So which is beneficial, but at the same time, it's a risk because maybe not all that information does apply to you or works for you, you know, but you've already paid for the course and that's the information that you're going to have to use if you want to make your money's worth, right? So, or get your money's worth. But yeah, and the business side of things about music, I've always been pretty shy guy, actually. Especially in terms of like sharing my creative stuff with people. So like right now, there's really still not a lot of people that even know that I've produced any music. I don't know why I'm like super shy like that, but if I want to make it in this biz, if anybody wants to make it in the biz, you got to be promoting the hell out of your stuff. Like, you got to make sure everybody knows that you make music. You know, you got to make sure that just in your general surroundings, and then try to get them to spread the word. The way I'm going about it, definitely not a good good marketing strategy, but I don't know what I'm so afraid of. Let's like right now it's pretty good. I don't know if I'll make a breakthrough to figure it out tonight, but it's good to just talk about it because I haven't actually said that out loud, you know. But I don't know why I'm so like, maybe it's just I'm just embarrassed about my music, you know? I don't think it's particularly bad, but I don't think it's particularly good either, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I got to start promoting it, man. I got to start promoting it. I really got to start spreading the word to people that, yo, I'm here and this is what I'm doing, you know? If you really want to make it, and I really do want to make it, I just want to make, like, I just want to be recognized as a music producer. You know what I'm saying? Like, just recognize that I'm making music. So, that like making good music, not just, you know, like anything else, but like I want to be able to make good music, and ultimately, you know, that'd probably be my thing. But yeah, I gotta definitely rethink what I'm doing. Like, why would you even why would you even not want to do that, right? Why wouldn't you want to just tell everybody that what you're doing? What's the worst that can happen, right? What is the worst that can happen? They tell you suck, right? Which probably would be good because then you can be like, yeah, that guy's a dick. I don't want to be his friend anymore. That's literally the only thing I think that could happen. Like, the worst that could happen. Yeah, I just gotta tell people, man. Just gotta tell people. I feel like I've been more and more maybe getting this way. Since I don't really, especially with COVID, man. With COVID, like, you don't see anybody. Because I'm still going to school, so, like, when I would take classes, I would go to the campus and actually see people and talk to more people, and I would have a better chance of spreading the word right there. But now, since COVID, we don't go to class physically anymore, and it's almost impossible, like, to actually, because some of them open, but, like, not all of them. It's so rare to have an actual, especially because of all the Delta variants and stuff. But anyway, so I think I've just been more and more just been in this little bubble, you know. So it's like it's kind of like I gotten comfortable, not comfortable, but just so used to not talking to people. Maybe no, not that, not talking. I don't know what it is. I think I gotta like try to formulate this out or figure this out. Put the pieces together on my own time separately, because we're not getting anywhere. Is it still recording? The light's showing like it's not. Oh, yeah, I don't think it is. So here, let's restart the camera, right? Yeah. Okay, did we restart it? Did it restart? Okay, we're good. Just gotta make sure everything's squared away. Last week's episode was kind of messy with the whole camera stuff. I'm not trying to do that again this time. Anyway, what was I What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying we're not getting anywhere with me just contemplating this. But one of the reasons I have been doing a lot of 4 on the Floor, I like the retro vibes, man. This song has a lot of like retro elements, a lot of like instruments. I don't think it actually sounds very retro though. I actually do want to work on a song that really sounds of that time, and it's probably because of my love of just like old school stuff like that, nostalgia. Like Gundam, you know, like that's just a retro, like space, sci-fi. Not really sci-fi, because I'm not a big fan of like anything sci-fi. You know, like I'm not a huge fan of Star Trek or Star Wars. You know, even though those two things are like staples of sci-fi. But like Gundam for sure, man. I'm a sucker for it. Even though I like the vibe. You know, certain things I just love the vibe of them. Gundam was one of those things, you know. I never had watched really thoroughly any of the Gundam series that they've put out, but I remember way back in the day though, like we did not watch it, but like we loved the toys. That's probably why I have these model kits now. But man, that's way back. That's probably why I'm so in love with the whole concept of it. But anyway. That's why I've been doing a lot of 4 on the Floor patterns on the beats, because that's all, you know, retro stuff. Also Siamese, mentioned that. But I am also a big R&B fan, so I'm gonna. There's actually one song that I was working on in tandem with this one that is more chill, more on that side. You know, I'm gonna try to make it as swanky as possible, as groovy. I'll put a lot of swing on that sucker. You know, give that push and pull. And yeah, like I said, working on music for me has been just trying to get better at something else, you know, implement a new thing and make it better than the last. So I'm going to try to be more, you know, experiment with a different genre, obviously. And, yeah, give it more dynamics too. 'Cause I feel like a lot of the songs I've been making have been very sectional, and like you can really tell the sections, right? Like I want it to be a little more unpredictable, if you will. But yeah, as far as the business side of things are pretty good. I wonder how many listens I've got on my track so far. By the way, I have a goal. I have a dream, people. I have a dream. Well, my first dream. Yeah, see, it's been pretty slow because the song has been out for a while. People who've been listening to it have already listened to it, you know. The phases comes and goes. It's much slower now. But honestly, we've had, at least on Spotify, I don't know about any of the other platforms, we've had 214 streams on Jaws, which is huge for me. It's only my second song, my first serious song, because Neon Skies, I wasn't really paying attention to a lot on that one. And that Jaws is so close to Neon Skies. Just, I feel like if anything goes to show how hard making music is, because I wasn't really paying attention on a lot that I was doing on Neon Skies. Jaws, I was really paying attention, and I don't think the difference is very huge, right? So you know, that just goes to show, man. Once you getting good at making music is definitely a uphill battle. But 214, honestly, not shabby at all. I got a dream that first I wanted to be able to make enough money on them to buy myself a candy bar, and then make a post on. You know, I'm probably gonna do that because I've already made enough to purchase a snackaroon. Don't look at my password. Hold on, I gotta cover this. Because you guys, I know how YouTube is. They're gonna like figure my password out. What am I doing? I can just black this part out. Jeez. Watch me forget, and then everybody knows my password. I don't know my password, apparently. What? My passwords are super long, too, by the way. There we go. That was my password. I'm going to black it out. Make sure. Censor it. You sneaky devils. But yeah, like, I've made enough to to get me something at like a freaking Dollar General, you know? I should purchase it. I'll make a post on Instagram. Yeah, but it came much quicker than I thought. I was telling Courtney, I was like, that will be my first milestone, is buying my first like payday bar, with the earnings that I get from the songs that I've put out. So, yeah, man, that was pretty exciting when that one happened. It was like a giant spike. I remember when that happened. I was like, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, I think the next milestone, in terms of success in the music biz, is I don't know. I got to think about that. I'll think about what the next milestone is for this journey. Then get back to y'all on that. I don't know if I actually had any notes for this week's episode either. Like I said, I skipped a week. I don't know if we had it. Oh. Okay, yeah, we talked about this. We talked about that. Oh, but I can talk about this. I guess the business side of the podcast is over. If you guys aren't interested in anything else about me talking jibs. Jibs. You can tune out. If you want to stick around or just hang out for a little bit longer, I'll probably record for another I'm gonna aim for 10 minutes. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, but I watched, I was talking last episode 107, talking about watching Akira and whether I should watch it before or after I read the manga, because I know that they're different. And then I ended up watching it. I ended up watching Akira for the first time this past week. It was really good. I really did enjoy it. It's also much more enjoyable to know when it was like made. Like, it was made so long ago. I just want to get the date correct. Release date. What? Wait, what's starting out with when you can expect to start playing with your new digital toys? The official release date of Oro and Akira is What is this? Oh, this is Street Fighter. I'm in the wrong place, boy. No. Akira release date. It was 1990. Damn, this was 6 years. It was released in the US in 1990, but it was, I think, officially released in Japan in 1998. So this movie was 10 years, almost a decade old by the time I Kissed the World Hello. That's crazy. That is so... The animation of... Just a simple animation of this film just blows so much out of the water. To think that this was that long ago and it was much harder to do this kind of work, and now people have way more resources and it's so much easier, and it's still, you'd still be hard pressed to find something to match that kind of quality of animation. That's crazy. I think I'm overblowing it a little bit, it's just crazy. That's 1990 or 88. 1988. That's wild. That is wild. And yeah, I mean, anyway, so I gave it a watch, and then I found out because I was like, yo, there was like characters that showed up that I didn't remember. Dude, they change a lot of like the timeline of what's happening and why it happened from the manga to the movie. But still, solid movie. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I did hear that Taika Waititi is looking to make a remake of Akira. I had no idea. It's so crazy how the world just presents things like this to you whenever you're like in the market for it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you discover like a new ward and then all of a sudden you see it everywhere. It was like that one of those moments because I had watched the movie and stuff, right? And I bought the second volume of the manga recently. And then I woke up and got on Instagram real quick, just popped in, and then I saw a post of that he was trying to get a remake going. I was like, damn. And he's not trying to, what I understand is he's not trying to remake the actual film. And it's live action. So he's trying to remake a live action, trying to make a live action version of Akira. And he's not trying to live action the actual film. He's trying to live action the manga. So I don't know is he going to really try to be accurate with it? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, make it really accurate to the manga, or is he going to grab more elements from the manga or be closer to the manga than this one was? I'm curious. And if so, like, how long? There's what is there? There's 6 volumes. Akira box set. If I remember correctly, there's 6 volumes of manga on here. That exists. I'm just doing some shopping just to freaking see it. Oh my gosh. Just show me. Okay, there we go. Yes. There are 6. So, there are 6. I have 2 of them. And I don't know. It seems to me it might be longer. Like, is he going to split it up in parts? That'd be cool if they had, like, just different, maybe 2 or 3 different movies. That'd be sick. It's probably not going to be 3 movies. At most, I think it'd be 2. But that would be sick. But that's like so cool. It's cool that I got into it right now. If this actually does end up happening as well, I'm definitely gonna be in the theaters for that one. Fortunately, I mean, theaters are still open right now. Who knows when they're gonna end up closing that as well? But that's gonna be one that I'm definitely gonna be super interested in watching. And it's very interesting too that Taika's going with this because Taika's movies have been comedies for the most part, as far as I can remember. Like what was it, Hunt for the Wilderpeople? Hunt for the Wilderpeople, that was a comedy. I don't remember. I don't think I've actually ever watched it entirely. I watched like clips of it, but from what I remember, it's definitely a comedy. You know, he did Jojo Rabbit, which was awesome. It was a more serious, obviously, because it was World War II. So there was very serious parts there that were well done. I thought well done, but definitely I think a comedy for the most part. And he, Thor Ragnarok, definitely a comedy, awesome. His movies have been great. Okay, I'm definitely a fan of Taika's work. His movies have been great, but Akira is a dark world. Yeah, Akira's such a different I don't, you know what, thinking about it, Jojo Rabbit, he tackled that, but like if he's trying to stay true, I guess if he's trying to stay true to the manga, I feel like the more of the comedic relief moments are going to be lying with Tetsuo. Not Tetsuo, freak, no, he's an emotional wreck. with Kaneda. Because Kaneda is just like this, in at least in the mangas. Well, also in the movie, he's all over Kai, and just trying to say that he's they're together and stuff, and he's just like this goofy kid kind of thing. So I can see him making his character shine, and I really like that he's trying to find some new untapped talent. Is what he was saying. His emphasis was for the actor selection, and they're going to be Asian. He's not going to whitewash it, which I'm all for, honestly. That whole debate, man, about the race changing on movies is just, it's so frustrating how like so many people just don't get that problems have layers and complexities and different talking points and issues. You know what I'm saying? It's like, anyway, that's a topic I think for a different episode entirely, but I think I did tackle it a little bit. But I think throughout the podcast, I've definitely pulled punches because I was afraid. Mainly about not being liked, not about getting canceled or whatever. It's just the whole agreeableness side of me. But yeah, that whole race change stuff is just so stupid in my opinion. It's just dumb. Anyway, so I'm cool. Like Akira is Neo Tokyo. I would be actually I think I would be a little turned off from the movie if there were just like all these white people running around. Because it's Tokyo, it's a Japanese film. It's Tokyo. You got to freaking have some Japanese dudes in it, But anyway, so he's trying to find some untapped talent in that realm, which I'm all for. Cause dude, we see the same faces all the time in Hollywood, they're great. We got the greats like Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt. Love George Clooney, man. Love that guy. We got our staples. We got some good heavy hitters there, but some nice brand new faces is much needed at this point. Like we don't see new actors very often. And I'm sure they're out there, but they just never been casted, So if he ends up, this is like one of the like Hollywood works that I'm like actually really excited for, and it's not even like official. From what I read, he's trying still to get the ball rolling. He's trying to get the ball rolling, and I'm all for it. I wish him the best. I hope that he gets. He gets what he deserves, man. I'm really curious to see how he tackles a film like Akira too, like a story like Akira, because like I said, it's a dark film, and if he's trying to stay true, I don't think he doesn't have a lot of room for comedic relief. But I don't know anything about films. Let me know what you think about this whole thing. Like it, dislike it. I'm really excited for it. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. For the SBP pod. Thank you all so much for joining and tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and week. Just power through it. Work is work, and then you can have fun after. If you want to let me know any topics you would like to hear, just hit me up on the DMs, and I'll leave you with that. See you next time.